What's up, guys? Blade Master here with Maximus Decimus Meridius.
Hello.
And we are going to commentate over the third game, the third and final game between Diplomat and Trolly Boli. And this is the final game of round one. And so it's good. It should be, of course, it is in Nemerisana. Such a fitting end to round one
Yeah.
between two very MLG players, the most MLG field of them all.
For tournaments, I
So,
prefer Nemerisana. I mean, I'm sure the casual crowd would like to see some really interesting hill campy maps and forested maps. But for commentating and for playing, Nemerisana is the go-to map.
I wouldn't say I agree because I am very much tired of Nemerisana. I don't mind Nemerisana at all for playing because you just get it over with. Whether you lose, you get it over with. Whether you win, you get it over with.
Yep.
Quickly. But that's it. I like maps like Rugion and stuff, and they're kind of like not taken as much in tournaments. Even though they're very balanced. They just have a couple of forests that can provide more strategy, to the game.
Yeah. The thing I like about Nemerisana is that it gives factions that you otherwise won't see. It gives them a fighting chance. Say Parthia or even the Nomads. If there's a single forest on one of the player sides and one player goes Nomad Parthia, that player lost.
Yeah, it's going to be insanely hard for the
Yeah.
no matter party player to win. So we are seeing Diplomat pick Carthage because he had the first map and faction choice. So he decided to pick Carthage and he decided to pick Nemerisana. Trolly Boli decided to ban African war elephants and Libyan infantry for Diplomat. What do you make of those two bans?
Yeah, I mean, Libyan infantry probably one of the most dangerous units to Syracuse because they will wreck thorax swords. They will do well against thorax hoplites. So yeah, makes sense.
And
Maybe I
only
would ban
unit
the Libyans and maybe Libyans and Carthaginian cavalry, maybe. But yeah, getting the elephants off. Elephants are so dangerous to Syracuse as well.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, because they don't have the good like Cretan archers or anything. They only have
And they don't have
spears.
precursors basically. So
True. And Diplomat, on the other hand, decided to ban Thorax swordsmen and Samnite warriors, essentially removing the melee infantry line for Trolly Boli, which is, I think, a pretty devastating set of bans.
it is, but thorax hoplites, due to them having the elite spears, they are actually better than thorax swords against mid-tier swords. They will.
Yeah, it's only if you turn off formation attack and you
Yes.
use Hobbling Phalanx.
Yeah,
They
you
are
need
very
phalanx to get the bonus. If you do that, they will wreck compared to thorax swords.
But that is only against enemy mid-tier swords, and not all enemy mid-tier swords.
Yeah.
And Carthage still has the option to bring the noble fighters if they choose, who will obviously just wreck the Hoplite line.
Oh, yeah.
Which army do you want to go over?
I want to go over Trolly's Syracuse army here because it's pretty cool. He has 6 thorax hoplites, and then he has mercenary veteran hoplites, mercenary Etruscan hoplites, one on each flank, and that makes a world of sense because spears weren't limited, only swords. So going Syracuse means that he can bring a lot of good mid-tier spear units, whereas the swords from Carthage are limited. Then he has, let's see, he has some Balearics, one Balearic, one regular slinger, one more regular slinger, one archer, and for cavalry he has 4 citizen cav, and
He's got 1 citizen and 3 Italian.
okay, 1 citizen and 3 Italian, and then he has his thorax hoplite general.
And for Carthage, it looks like 2 Carthaginian cav brought by Diplomat and a couple of Libyan javelin men. I don't know why he's been going for the really cheap 22 missile damage. Oh no, Libyan javelin men are 32. Okay, never mind. So I guess they are decent units. And he's brought what, 3, a couple of late Libyans and 1 Libyan hoplite. He's also brought like 2 Scutari, no, 1 Scutari mercenary Gallic warrior, and let's see, how many noble fighters has he brought? He's brought 2 mercenary noble fighters and 3 Samnites, it looks like.
Yep.
So very strong infantry line. The 2 noble fighters, I think, will do very well against this army.
And you've seen the engagement happening?
Yeah, the
Yep.
Italian cavalry charged in, late Libyan hoplite support with mercenary Scutari against mercenary veteran hoplites.
Good job by Trolly pulling out the mercenary Italians.
Yeah. the Carthaginian cavalry came out slightly weaker in that engagement. Mercenary noble fighter is already taking damage from Balearic slingers. He cannot let this happen because he needs those noble fighters to succeed if he wants
And
to.
even the friendly fire here, why would he fire into mercenary veteran hoplites from the front while doing friendly fire with the Libyan javelins? That is not a good engagement for Diplomat.
Well, either way, the Libyan javelin are going to die in a couple of minutes to Balearic slinger fire.
Yep.
General and bodyguard also being targeted. This is a very good play, very good skirmish play from Trolly Boli, making Diplomat pull back the essential units.
Mercenary Italians smashing into Libyans, not even late Libyans. And the mercenary Italians pulling away. They're going to lose some men to fire here, lose some men pulling out. But the Libyan hoplites did take too much damage there.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the best engagement because Libyan hoplites themselves are not very good.
Yeah.
Scutari here got charged at by Italian cavalry. Very smart. That's a much better decision. And then the Etruscan hoplite is going to charge into already flattened mercenary Scutari.
Nice cavalry play here with the mercenary Italians, I think.
Yeah. He's not... I don't know if he's removed formation attack or not, but the Etruscan hoplite is kind of getting a weird charge there. But they will do very well against the mercenary Scutari. You can see they're losing decisively already.
Yep.
And pulling back some units now. He doesn't want to engage this little pocket here because there is mercenary Samnite and mercenary noble fighter support right there.
And he has the skirmish advantage. He can snipe important units.
Exactly, and he needs to. Otherwise, if he engages too early, then he would have lost that massive engagement right there.
But the mercenary Scutari already losing decisively here now against the Etruscans.
That's the power of cavalry charge, especially against a kind of squishy unit like the mercenary Scutari. They have only 55 health. I believe the thorax swordsmen have 60.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, that's right. And I really like what Trolly is doing with his cavalry. Those small love taps against the units, pulling straight out. It's just perfect cavalry play.
Meanwhile, he's firing into the Samnite. Well, Samnites is not the perfect target to fire into, but at least they're doing some damage.
Yep.
Slingers with 37 kills already. The shitty slingers. But his mercenary Italian cavalry could get caught. No, he's pulling back. Again, very smart play.
Yeah.
The noble fighters, Samnite warrior is about to rear charge Etruscan hoplites though, so that's not good for Trolly because that's a pretty expensive unit that's going to get destroyed very soon. But he has killed off a mercenary Scutari in the process. So... I guess that's... And the mercenary veteran hoplites as well, not trading cost effectively at all. Mercenary Gallic warriors have come in to support there, and Samnite warriors have cleaned up house there.
Yep.
Late Libyan hoplites they're fighting up against thorax hoplites, and that's just an engagement that's going to take forever to finish. So I guess that's good for Trolly because meanwhile, you know, with his extended slinger fire, he can do some decent casualties on the noble fighters.
Yeah, I mean, doing what Trolly does here, just slowing down Diplomat everywhere and essentially buying time. It isn't cost effective in each separate engagement, but it does allow his skirmishers to do damage, making them more cost effective. So I think it's very smart.
He's done so well here so far. Like he's pulled back his slingers at the exact right times, and he's just engaged like late Libyans and stuff with his thorax. Charging in with Italian cavalry, Libyan hoplites their morale is too bad for that. This is a very good engagement here. Actually, I don't know. Late Carthaginian hoplites against thorax hoplite general. I don't know if I would put my general so soon into trouble like that because late Carthaginian it's going to be a very even engagement.
Yeah. The thorax hoplites are going to tough it out in the end, but I don't see them using phalanx. Are they? No, they're not using phalanx.
No, they're not using phalanx. Yeah.
That's bad for them. If they used phalanx, but they are winning decisively. If they used phalanx, they would win more decisively. But Trolly is wrapping around, so it looks like
that's why.
Yeah, Diplomat is using formation and phalanx,
Very
which
lucky.
is
That's
death.
Very lucky for Trolly because this hoplite strategy will only work if you turn off formation attack and
Yep.
you use hoplite phalanx. But Diplomat has not turned off formation attack himself, which makes the general wrap around.
That's how you lose decisively.
Exactly.
But now Trolly is doing weird stuff. He's activating phalanx, and now it glitches out. His general glitches, so he's facing away from the late Carthaginians. If Diplomat saw that and gave attack orders here, but it looks like Trolly saw it before and gave attack orders, so he saved his general there.
The general is going to die because there is so much support right there.
Yeah. For Syracuse, that isn't the biggest problem if the general dies.
Yeah. And sure, the Thorax operatives, they're disciplined and stuff, but they are not going to fight up well against mercenary noble fighters in the first place. So very easily there could be holes punched through the center of Trolly's army.
Yeah, I don't know how much ammunition he has left because there are a lot of kills on all of these skirmish units.
I think it's going to be up to the Italian cavalry to try and save him the day.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't bet on the Thorax operatives and the veterans to really tank out the engagement too cost effectively.
But as long as there is ammunition left here, Trolly has his 5 skirmish units left. No cavalry left aside from the general of Diplomatt. So, and the general, it looks like he's going to try to snipe the general here.
Yeah, and I think these engagements are where Italian cavalry will do very well because they have 15 bonus versus cav.
Yeah.
That's honestly why I like to bring them. They are very good anti-cav units.
Whereas the citizens are not that good.
The citizens only have 10, right? I believe they only have 10.
I don't
remember. They only have 10.
Yeah, only have 10, yeah. And Italians have 15. Mercenary Gallics getting stopped by a depleted unit of Italians. That's goodbye for that unit of Gallics. And continuing straight through, again, very nicely done with the cavalry. Just continuing straight through, right away,
And
not leaving them in.
He's going to just keep putting pressure on the general and bodyguard.
Yeah, perfect.
Very smart play that. The Thorax operative general, though, not doing well. But now it's like, the general bodyguard for Carthage is also not doing well.
Yeah, it's going to die before. And rare charges incoming here from Trolly with his Italians. He can rare charge everywhere here at will, basically.
Yeah.
But I truly think that the Thorax Oplite general of Trolly would be dead if it wasn't for the fact that Diplomatt uses formation attack here.
Yeah. He would have died a long time ago if the Carthaginian
because
Diplomatt did everything right, like he used hoplite phalanx, but he just didn't turn off formation attack, which just offset everything, it just negated everything.
And now the late Carthaginians are losing and wavering, even though they got support from the Samnites. And again, formation attack, just using formation attack incorrectly will lose you battles, and this is a good example of that.
And they're also wavering because the general recently died.
Yep.
So wavering going all over the place. To his credit, the Balearic slingers were used brilliantly by Trolly.
Yeah. Targeting squishy units.
56 kills, yeah. Archers 72. One of the regular slingers had like 50 kills almost.
Yeah.
Which is a very rare sight to see. Noble fighters here, only 102 kills here. This would have been an engagement where I would have expected them to get at least double experience chevrons.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've hardly gotten a single one. So yeah, it's pretty strange. I mean, especially since it was in the center, and I don't think Trolly used his Thorax operatives in the center very well. Not really sure how the noble fighters did that poorly.
But if the plan from, and it seems like the plan from he had hoplites to spare because he has 10 hoplites up against 8 swords from Diplomatt, and these mercenary Samnites, they barely count as mid-tier swords, in my opinion. The Thorax hoplites are better.
Oh, you think the Thorax operatives are better than the Samnites?
Yes, definitely.
Ooh, I think the Samnites are pretty good myself. And I mean, they seem to have done pretty decently too. 109, 107, 120 kills.
Yeah, but considering what they fought up against, it's I mean, and the mercenary noble fighters as well, they just did not perform here. Just getting more kills than a mercenary Gallic warrior. But
yeah, that was because I that's why I don't like the mercenary noble fighters. They've never really done well for me.
No, they're too easy to target. They just focus here, please, and then they die.
Yeah.
But I don't understand Diplomatt's army with the 2 Libyan hoplites and the Libyan javelins. Yeah. Where's the cavalry? Where's the?
I guess he just wanted to envelop with just sheer numbers, but Syracuse was bound to bring a shit ton of infantry with them. Where are the skirmishes? I guess skirmishes are not the best idea to bring against Syracuse with their heavily armored units, but if he won the skirmish engagement, there was nothing that Trolly could do.
Yeah. Absolutely, and that's, I mean, okay, not going skirmishers makes sort of sense against Syracuse, but if you don't have skirmish superiority, you better have cavalry superiority.
Exactly.
Especially when he needs to defend his needs to defend his Scutari and his mercenary noble fighters from
Yeah.
enemy fire. He wasn't able to do that here,
Yeah.
and I think that's part of the reason why his units did. So I mean, it's not like they did terribly, but they didn't win decisively enough. They didn't manage to break through, and
Yeah.
yeah, archers with 93 kills. You don't see that too often.
Yeah, exactly. Hold on one second.
But it was a good game. Trolly is a very, very consistent player.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, I was just
Okay.
saying it was a good game, and I don't think I've seen Trolly play inconsistently yet. He makes, I mean, sure, he makes, sometimes he messes up faction map stuff that everyone messes up, but this, in my opinion, this battle is a good example of Trolly at his best, being very
Yeah, this was a
very
very good, very
methodical,
good match. Yeah.
having a plan of attack that works well against his opponent's army, and just being very patient, engaging where he needs to, pulling back when he needs to, picking apart Carthage.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, that's the end of game 3. Hope you enjoyed round 1 so far, and stay tuned for all the other matches in the next rounds. And thank you, Maximus, for co-commentating these matches with me.
Thank you for having me.
All right, guys, stay tuned for more. Peace.
Strength and honor.